Welcome back, everybody.
Yay, happy Wednesday.
Ooh, happy Monday or whatever day you're watching. I think we have a good one, a life-changing one. But before that, how was your day so far, Alyssa?
My day was good. Thank you for asking. I was just finishing choking.
Yeah, she just choked previously.
So my voice is kind of hurting right now. But how was your day?
Mine was good. I haven't choked yet, but I'm going to dare to take a sip of my drink.
I feel like we have an interesting topic for today.
I am going to say one phrase to get us into this, and we'll expand, and we'll take you through a 33-minute journey on this. But this one, we say it every time, but this one for real is something you need to know and you shouldn't miss. Otherwise, you're going to be doing the whole process wrong. So the phrase is, you need to raise your vibrations in order to meet your manifestations. Occur.
I can't do that.
I know what you're going to do.
I just want to hear it. Please, I just want to hear what occurred sounds like with that.
Okay. Okay, sorry, guys. So yeah, there's 3 phases to this. We're going to start with phase 1, which is the journey. And this, before we even get into manifestations, we need to talk about this because one of the most important things I think you need to do is be right. Do you need a cough?
I'm about to sneeze.
Just let it out.
It's not clear yet. Why did you do that? Now it's gone.
One of the main things you need to do before you even begin manifesting, which I'm not saying manifestation is real, I believe, you believe. I think a lot of people believe that, but I think you need to have your mindset straight before you manifest, before you go into anything. And that's where accepting, appreciating, and loving the journey comes in.
I feel like when people think of manifestation, though, I feel like you literally think that you have to be in this constant, mindset of what you want at all times. And that's really not what it is. I feel like...
Toothache. Tooth freeze.
What is happening? Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
It was like, you're alone.
What? I never had that happen.
Yeah, but I think manifestation is actually a lot different than what we think it is. It's not like over obsessing on an idea and it's going to come true. That's actually how you stop your manifestation.
I feel like it's more about understanding what you want from the universe.
But your higher consciousness understanding it.
Right, but I feel like when you understand, when I lost my train of thought that quick.
Yeah.
It's just so bad.
Stop looking at the camera and start looking at me. You'll be good.
You're right.
Look me in the eyes.
Tell me that you love me.
Okay, so point is, before we even get into that, we want to start with the journey, and this is something Alyssa and I were thinking about recently. And it's that, okay, we all have these goals, dreams, manifestations. We talk about that a lot because I think that's part of really living your best life is going after those and pleasing your soul and not what society wants, but what you want. Whoa. But the thing is let's just take you for example. When you said, I want to have my own salon and be an esthetician, it's yes, you can manifest that. Yes, you want that. But if you it could take you 5 years to get there, right? It could take you 10. It could take you whatever. It's a lot of times what we do is we just think about that goal we want, that the whole time we're reaching this goal, we're not happy. We're always wanting to be at the next goal. I think a lot of us can think about it with losing weight. A lot of people are I want to be, fit. I want to have abs. I want to have this. I want to have that. And it's when we look in the mirror, we're working out or whatever, and we look in the mirror and we know what we want to be, and it's good to have an idea of maybe what you want to be, but we don't like what we are now because we're not what we want to be. And what you actually do, and I think a lot of us can relate to this, is when you're thinking about what you want to be and you're hating what you are now, or the process of getting there, you actually just give up because you feel like it's unattainable because you're not there. You're not happy with what's going back. You're not happy within. And so then you just give up, and then you're chasing that goal your whole life. You're always wanting to have abs, you're always wanting to be fit, and you then turn 50, 60, 70, 80, never reached it because after 2 days you didn't accept where you are now. Versus I think if you want to be that, but every day while you're getting stronger and working out, you look in the mirror and you're happy with your body now and you're excited for what's to come, but you love what you are now. You love going to the gym and working out. You love being able to increase your weights or increase your cardio in the journey. It's you love it so much from within. And you're happy from within, so you actually work harder and do more and do better, and then you achieve your goal and surpass that. And when you get to that point where you can enjoy the journey, it's goal setting is endless for you. You'll reach heights you could
I
never
feel like
reach.
you have to understand that you're never going to be successful without any part of a journey or being a part of any journey. So if you can't appreciate the process that it takes to get to, you know, where you want to be, then there's really no point in starting it at all, because
you won't get
that's the whole point. You know what I mean? You can't just assume that life is just going to give you what you want and give you direct, like, results.
Yeah, nothing
you know what
works
I'm saying?
like
There's
that.
no result, only comes from, like, drive. You know what I'm saying? And having the drive to, like, go to the gym, and having the drive to, like, stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself the way that you are, and
love it.
And still love it when you achieve that goal even more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't, I don't know, you can't just assume that, like, if the universe just doesn't give it to you, that it just isn't meant to be.
Or, like, we do that thing, like, people do with money. Like, oh, once I make 6 figures, I'll be good.
Once I have $1 million, I'll be happy.
But then you don't understand, like, I kind of think in this mindset, if you want to think this way, it's like, if you think like that, after you finish one thing, you always want more. You know, there's always another goal. So if you think about the body example, okay, what if I want to be this weight, have abs, whatever. Then, you know, I get there, I'm this weight, I have abs or whatever. Well, then I'm going to set another goal. You know what I mean? Then I might want to work on my arms, or I might want to be this weight or whatever. Like, we're just always wanting more. If it's money, you know, maybe I'm like, once I make 6 figures.
That is a society's fault, though. Like,
yeah.
Not even in, like, I'm not saying that, obviously it's good to, like, set goals and, like, you know.
Well, I think, yeah, that's powerful, too.
Excuse me, like, achieve them. But I feel like ever since we were kids, it's always, like, I don't know, you get this one toy, and then this new toy comes out, and now you want that new toy.
Or the iPhone.
Right, and then the iPhone comes out, and you want the new iPhone, and then, like, now there's a MacBook, and now there's an iPad, and then there's this new car, and then there's just always something more, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta be able to be happy with the present and how things are going right now and what you have currently to be able to appreciate what's to come.
Yeah, and I do think sometimes, like, there is a negative to that with, like, material things.
Yeah.
But also wanting more could be good. Like, if you always, every time you meet a fitness goal, you want to start a new one. Or even money-wise, like, it's good to be like, okay, next year I hope to increase it by this amount. The point is, goal setting can be good. Manifestation can be good, right?
Yeah.
But you have to do it the right way, and you have to appreciate where you are. Because if I say...
I'm so sorry. I'm like...
If I say that I'm not happy until I'm this weight, and then I get to this weight, and I wasn't happy, and then I get happy when I'm that weight, and then a month later, I'm like, okay, now I'm not happy until I have abs, and then I spend the whole time being unhappy until I have abs. It's like I'm taking
time wasted.
Yes, it's like you're never gonna be happy, because once you get happy and you meet your goal, if you meet your goal, which is hard to do if you're not enjoying the process. Like, really think about it. But if you do, it's like then you just start a new process of being unhappy.
It's not like you have to go to the gym, you know, and you have to look at your little rolls and be like, oh, I love my life. I'm not talking about that. It's more about just being able to go and not be like, oh my God, I can't wait till I'm fit. Oh, I can't wait till I fit in those jeans. Oh, I can't wait. Like, I'm sure you can't wait, whatever, but, like, it's going to come if you are dedicated and you can put in the work.
But there's still going to always be, like, the next thing. Like, you're bound to create another goal, and if you're never happy until you reach your goal, you're going to live the majority of your life never being happy, and that is no way to live. So I think appreciating the journey.
I feel like you have to find the gratitude within each step of like the whole process. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you should get excited about reaching your goal. You should get inspired.
You should have gratitude that your mind even wants to make a change for the better. Then you should have gratitude that you are making the change for the better, and then having the gratitude that you made the change that did better yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good one. So it's like you can be inspired by what you want. You can be motivated to get what you want, but you need to have the gratitude and the acceptance to be where you are. And in that case, you're powerful. Yeah. You're powerful right there. But another example would be starting a business. Like, when you start your business, like, times are going to get stressful, right? Nothing's easy. You come with roadblocks. But, like, when it's that stressful time, sometimes it's good to take that step back and be like, okay, but, like, let's just enjoy the process. Like, let me just enjoy getting through this. This is my first time messing up here, whatever. And then, like, I'll get better and I'll do better. Because you always hear when people are, like, very successful, they're like, oh, if only we could go back into the days when I was, like, you know, just starting in our little basement, or if only, you know, whatever. It's not, you enjoy things when they're done, and I feel like we don't have the full capability to really appreciate things while they're here. But we can change our mindset to try our best.
99.9% sure half of us are like, oh my God, when I was a kid, I always used to go there. I always used to do this. And, like, you, like, always, like, look back on it, right? But, like, you never can appreciate being in the moment of it. You know what I'm saying?
But when you're a kid, you're like, I can't wait till I'm 16. I'm going to get a car. I'm never going to be home. I can't wait till I'm 18. I'm moving out. I can't wait till I'm 21. I can drink. You're always like, can't wait till the next thing. And then you end up looking back and being like, oh my God, I had no worries when I was 10. Like, you know what I mean?
It's because you're just so, I don't know. I guess that's the way that society keeps us going, is to always keep moving forward. And then before you know it, you're like halfway through your life, and then you want to change your mindset. But how cool would it be to just like
do it now
and
like
it's change the rest of your life?
Yeah, like I think it really comes with being excited about the future, manifesting this future you want, but having gratitude at the same time for where you are now. And that is like the potent combo that leads to like this, like your manifestations are stronger.
I feel like no matter what you believe in, what your religion is, all these things, like manifestation is a thing. And like whether you believe in God or whatever.
Yeah, whatever, we're not here to, we're definitely not talking about religion here or telling people what religion to be.
No.
This is more of a mindset thing and our experiences.
Whatever you need to do to kind of achieve something, but be able to respect the process of it and take something from that, I think that's...
Yeah, powerful. And so appreciating the journey kind of puts you on the steps to being able to manifest. And when we say manifest and how it's real, I think we have it a little bit misconcepted, if that's a word. Misconceptions? Misconcepted. You know what I mean? But, like, I feel like, yes, like, you can manifest by writing something down on a piece of paper, like, those things. But really, it doesn't have to look, it's like meditation. Like, it's not the stereotypical way. It could look different for everyone.
Meditation is kind of manifestation.
Yeah, in a way, if you choose to make it that way.
I guess. But, I mean, like, regardless, when you're meditating, you're usually focused, or you're focusing on something, whether it be you're manifesting a calmer version of yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. But I feel like being able to keep your mind steady and kind of achieve a goal is kind of hard for people because you already want to be there.
Yeah.
But like when you're meditating and like you're calm and you are in a meditative mindset, you have patience for the process.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You appreciate just being where you are at that present moment.
Like, I mean, manifestation is kind of like the whole law of attraction.
Yeah.
There's a whole video of it, like on Netflix, by Rhonda Byrne, who is that book that I mentioned last time. But I feel like if you don't understand the law of attraction, then manifestation to you just sounds like a word. You know what I'm saying? But like actually acting out and like it could be something small, but like actually do something in your life. Like, I don't know, manifest an extra like $100 for your next week or something, right? And I guarantee you'll find some way.
Yeah. Now it's not like
extra $100.
Yeah, because it's I think, and this is my personal like thinking, like we all are a human being and we have a consciousness, but then I think we all have this higher consciousness, and this higher consciousness is kind of like when you get that gut feeling, you just know. It's like your higher consciousness kind of sees the bigger picture, leads you certain ways in life. And this, I'm not saying this is fact. I'm saying this is how my experience, what I kind of believe. And I think when you're manifesting, it's almost like you're instilling that, like either you're instilling it in your higher consciousness, letting them know,
or
like
your higher consciousness
is instilling it in you. But either way, it's not like I'm going to say, oh, Alyssa, I manifest that like a butterfly is going to show up right here in 2 seconds. Like, no, it's not that. It's more like you are putting something out there, putting it down, saying this is what I want. You need a full body believe it.
And leave it alone.
Yes, like you need a full body believe, like.
That it's going to happen.
You almost, and a really powerful thing is instead of saying, I want this, you say it like you're already there.
Have it, like,
so it's like, I am.
It's like, I want to ride a bike. No, I am riding
riding a bike. And then like write it down. And if writing on a paper helps you, do that. Like I have a manifest journal. It's on Amazon that you manifest every morning for 5 minutes. It guides you through it. You can do that. If you want to do it while meditating, do that. If you're like the person that just needs to go in the shower and like say your thoughts, do that.
Your higher consciousness made me realize I think we have a lower consciousness too. That like negative part of us that
other voice.
Like I think is like hinders the whole process. So you have to learn how to ignore yourself and ignore that negative thing, like I said, or like, I feel like we said this in the last episode, we literally like clap away.
Negative
said that,
vibes.
Like, clap away the negative people. But like when you like those thoughts that you have, like you gotta learn how to ignore that shit because you'll never manifest or achieve anything, or you know what
doing
I mean?
it that way,
are listening to a negative version of yourself, you need to listen to that higher consciousness of yourself.
Yeah. The higher consciousness, the one that wants you to do well and is leading you to where you want to be and where you're destined
and everybody
to be.
has both of them.
Yeah, I think, yeah. And
I
you actually have to
really
go through, like, training to, like, train your mind the right way, I think. But regardless, I think meditation can look, or not meditation, well, both, but manifestation, find what works for you, but it's really truly like full body believing, like this is what I know this is what I want, I am here, in your head, I am here, and you and your higher consciousness know that, and it's just almost like you're putting that out there, so you're attracting that, without even, but it's not like what you said, you need to write it down, you need to manifest it, and then you let it go. You believe that the universe is going to give that back to you. You don't, if you overly obsess to the point where you're scared it doesn't happen.
You already know. You already know.
But if I'm like, every day, I want this, and I'm to the point where you're fearing it, it's not going to happen for you. You really need to manifest it, believe it so much that you let it go. It's not a thought in your mind.
Just know that
you know it's coming back.
Yeah.
And at that point, then it comes back, and you're like, oh, crap. Like, you know, I remember I said this, like, I've done that with...
It's actually happened with my car one time.
Yeah.
I have, I guess it doesn't matter what car I have now, but all you need to know is it's red. And when I was 18, I bought this when I was 18, but, like, in the beginning of when I turned 18, I was in, like, the dealership across from the place I bought my car, and, like, I took a picture of it. And I just thought it was a really, really nice car. I took a picture of it, and it was so funny because after I bought the car, I remember going through my camera roll, and I came across a picture of my car, and I was like, that's weird. Mm-hmm. I took a picture of it in September, and then I bought it in December. I didn't even realize that I literally manifested that because I remember literally standing there and being like, that's the car that I'm getting next.
Yeah.
And then
but then you let it go.
But I let it go, and I actually let it go so far that I, like, forgot. And then
that's powerful.
Yeah, so, like, somehow the universe really listened and guided me back.
I think I've done it with, like, the school I go to. I've done it with, like, getting a raise. I've done it with, like, a living situation. But it's, like, I've done it. And, like, I don't know, like, people say you can manifest lovers. I don't think you should take anyone's free will away, but, like, when people say that, what it really is, like, you saying, okay, I want to attract, you know, the person for me. You're just being open to it. You're putting that out there, and the other person who's open to it could be for you. I think there's just everything in this world is energy, right? So there's just this energy kind of attracting you guys together, but it starts with you. That's why our slogan is within you. Like, all of this, a better life, you know, better mindset, whatever you want, always, that's one thing we're sure about with this brand, is it comes from within you. That's what we preach. That's why when we're having these talks, it's always coming from, we're not saying do this, do that, no, it's all coming from within, and it's a really powerful thing to learn how to work with yourself, and it's like we all have these little superpowers that, like, we know about, but we don't know about.
I feel like we all do, but I feel like, you know, half of the world is definitely shut off to it because...
Yeah.
It's very confusing. I mean, even when a few years ago, before I even started meditating or I've ever, like, got into any crystals, I had crystals, but I didn't
know what they're pretty, right?
I didn't know really anything, and I think it sounds a lot of foreignness. Is foreignness a word? It just sounds really foreign, I feel like, to a lot of people, but it's, because it sounds so cliche, but, like, if you can really, like, let it go for a second and really, like, listen to the words that we're saying, and no matter what you're doing right now, and actually take what we're saying and change your actions throughout the day and the way that your mind is thinking from one thought to another, that's really, I feel like, the first thing you have to notice is how quickly your thoughts change and how you were just thinking about whatever, and now you're thinking about something completely different. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, your mind is a constant revolving, like, thought machine. So, like, you're the one that feeds it its thoughts, and whatever that machine spits out, you know what I mean?
But it starts from
you. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you.
When you start thinking these things, you got to remember that you just threw that into the machine, and you have no idea how that's going to come out and what you're going to... Yeah. You know what I mean? So, the good thing is, I feel like if you can just...
Control what you put in there.
Right, keep your machine clean and healthy thoughts and good stuff, like, your mind will only... Yeah.
Now, I think when you say, like, a lot of people aren't open to maybe crystals, manifestate, whatever we're talking about, I would challenge this, like, really think about it if maybe that's someone who you are or whatever. It's like, you think that stuff is foreign, but all the ideas that you believe to be true today is socially constructed. You didn't wake up out of the womb thinking the way you thought today. As a kid, you might have had imaginary friends. You had, this imagination that surpassed, you might have had, experiences, or you thought different than you do today. Like, life seems so, just so different. It's like we're socially constructed into what we believe is real, but who's to tell us what's real and what's not? If you think that you just live on this earth, honest to God, you think that you just roam this earth, and then you're just done, and we just have these huge consciousness, whatever, and then, I just die and I'm done, and, I just disappear into the wilderness,
regardless,
you're insane.
At the end of the day, you have to understand,
there's something magical bigger.
No matter what is going on here, no matter what you're taking from this or from other people or whatever, me and you both know that we don't know what's going to happen.
100%.
When we're gone. Nobody here knows. Nobody on this freaking earth.
You might have an idea, a belief.
You might have an idea, a belief. You might have had a near-death experience, whatever. But you're not 100% sure that that's what's going to happen to us when we pass away.
And there's a reason.
Or whatever. But what we do know is that everybody goes through almost, the same kind of changes in life and, whatever. But, why not be that one person that just, take control of your own life. Take control of your own mind. Take control of your own actions. Make this life your own because, in general speaking, everybody else that was here before us made this world the way it is,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you have control over being yeah, well, maybe I don't want an Instagram. Maybe I don't need to post pictures to be a happy person. Maybe I don't need
to go to college.
Maybe I don't need to, have crystals to believe in meditation. Or maybe I don't need, you know what I mean? I'm not saying... Whatever it is that you believe in, if that works for you, and that's what makes you a happy person, a good person, makes things kind of more attracted to you, and you feel like you know when you're on the wrong path and you know when you're on the right path. Because life is just a constant, when there was a time in your life when everything was just going wrong. I'm sure you can think of a time in your life where you felt like everything was always going wrong. Nothing was going right. And I'm sure now looking back, you can think of one of the negative things that was holding you back.
Yeah.
Or a person or whatever.
Thing, a place, whatever.
Yeah, and once you acknowledge that, no matter what you believe in, you can make the life you want for yourself, and
oh my God, and
matters.
Another big thing with that is once you start realizing that everything is a lesson or a blessing, we say that cliche, but we were talking about this, that's different. So, if you're looking back on a stage of your life and you're like, why did that happen to me? Or, why was I feeling that way? If you just really practice the art of reflection, I reflect after every experience. I write it down. Reflection can make you live such a better life. If you reflect after everything and you say, why did that happen? And you find your cause or whatever, or maybe this happened so I learned this. And you take a lesson from everything. I mean, you're a very wise person. You're full of wisdom.
I feel like something I just started doing this past 2 weeks, which has helped me a lot because... For some reason, no matter how much I preach or talk about these things, I still deal with this weird, I feel like a lot of people deal with almost this, anxiety or, imposter type of syndrome or whatever. But something I've been doing is, when I get off of work, I feel like I'm kind of taking, when you came to my salon today, I was just okay, so this and this and this and this is what's bothering me, whatever. But, at the end of the day, being able to undo your trash can, right? But actually, reflect on the negative thoughts you have and be okay, well, why was I feeling that way? What made me feel that way? Is there actual evidence that I should feel that way? Yeah. And then, replace it with a better thought and move on because you can't just continue to keep feeding yourself
bad thoughts.
It's not even, it's...
Watch what you're putting in the machine.
It's literally just eating bad food. It's gonna show eventually, you know what I mean? Versus if you're eating healthy.
Really, that's, yeah. If you use the way, our literal science and body works for your mindset, it all goes, you know what I mean?
Feel
what you put in
learn how to connect your mind to your body is, that's where everything becomes powerful. When you can learn how to become just one and not separate yourself, I have an Alyssa that's at work, I have Alyssa that's at home, I have Alyssa that...
You're just Alyssa.
No, I'm just Alyssa wherever I go, and I know and trust in everything that the universe has for me.
Yeah, so with that and manifestations, it's another thing. It's now you're appreciating the journey, you're appreciating where you're at. And you're appreciating the journey, you're appreciating where you're at. You're manifesting, you're believing it, you're letting it go. What else could be holding you back? And this, I think, is something so powerful. And it's that in order to reach your manifestations, you have to raise your vibrations, okay? And the way I see this on a very basic level is when you're manifesting, you're contacting that higher consciousness of yours, right? The things you're manifesting, the dreams, the goals, they're up here. They're high up, right? They're what you want to be because they're higher up, right? So you have to reach those, like, yeah, they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. You're manifesting it. But you have to raise your vibrations to reach that. And the way you do that is, again, from within you. Now, let me give a very literal example. If I am so effing busy in my life, you know, I'm going to work, I'm going to school, I have no time for myself, that I don't even do my skincare routine. I don't worry about my mental health. I don't meditate. I don't work out. I just like go day by day. I'm so drained. I have no energy. I don't do anything to feed my soul. It's like my vibrations are so effing low. So yeah, I can say I want to be here and have this goal. But that goal is waiting for me. But it needs me to put time into myself, to take care of myself, to do what my soul needs, to raise my vibrations, to even be on the same level, to accept it.
You might have to explain what a vibration is to people.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I feel like vibration, it's almost like literally your vibe. Like, you know how like when somebody walks in the room and you're like, ugh, I hate her vibe. Like, her vibe is just so like...
Or like, oh my God, it was such
like,
good vibes.
Everybody has a vibe. So I feel like you have to put yourself on this almost vibration where you're kind of like untouchable, because I feel like something else too, that's a reason why we all have these like, oh, well, I'll never be able to do this, or I'll never be able to achieve this. I think it's a lot to do with fame and, you know, a lot of famous people, and like how there's really not, I mean, there's a lot of famous people, but like how many people out of 10 people have been like on a reality TV show or has been famous or this, that, and the other. Like, not everybody's meant for that. And I feel like there's so many different kinds of like, I don't even know, like categories of people and like where you should be without even just realizing that everybody's just a fucking human. Yeah. And it really doesn't matter. I feel like it really doesn't matter whether you have $1 million or, you know, obviously I guess it does matter if you don't have enough money. But like, even if you didn't have enough money, being able to just be okay with yourself and understanding that life will just work out when you trust it's going to work out is a huge deal. You know what I mean? And it's hard. It's a really hard concept to grasp because you fall back into routines so easily. Yeah. No matter what you want to do, you can't deny it because everybody watches everybody. But like being able to just be like, nobody's even worried about me and just only watch yourself. Yeah. I feel like that's a main problem is you're so worried about other people's opinions. And
I agree.
I think it withholds us from manifesting a lot because
but that's like we have a whole nother episode on that. We can dive into that.
That's a
little sneak peek. But yeah, your vibrations are like when people say good vibe, like vibes are vibrations, but like you raise your vibrations from feeding your soul, and that could look different to everybody. If you love drawing, make sure you're making time for yourself really, and taking care of yourself and keeping your mental straight because, like, you know what I mean. I could say today that I want to buy a brand new Tesla, okay? But if today I'm so drained, I don't even talk to a family member or a friend. I literally do work, school, nothing else. I hate myself. I hate how I look. I'm not going to do anything to change it. I hate where I'm at, but I'm not going to do anything to change it. Whatever. It's like, do you think the Tesla's going to roll into my driveway? No, it's there. But I need to start doing, for me, how I raise my vibrations, meditation, working out, hanging out with people that feed off of good energy, that bring good energy. A good laugh literally raises my vibration. Taking the time to do my routines, staying in a routine, staying accountable, and then giving myself that rest day, like mental rest day, and not feeling bad about it. It's like I start to just, you know what it is, like you just start glowing inside and out.
You know what you need to do. You don't need somebody to tell you what to do. I mean, I'm sure listening to us obviously helps, but your vibration right now is probably even a little bit higher, right, than maybe it was like 5 minutes ago or maybe 20 minutes ago. Who knows?
So feed yourself more of that.
Maybe you had a really bad day and your vibrations are low. So when you have a really low vibration, learning how to change that and then remember what it took to change your vibration from really, really low to really high, it's a really actually hard thing to do. When you're like really angry or really upset about something, it's really hard to like get back into like a good
But, like, vibration. Just to start, like, this podcast should hopefully raise your vibration. What is something you, like, if you're the person that's like, okay, you know, I just need to take a drive with music for 30 minutes to drive aimlessly, and that raises your vibration, that's me. Do it. Like,
me, obviously, I was, like, completely unvibed on Sunday, and then by the time that my room was like organized and whatever, I was like, my vibrations were heightened.
Yes, but I think the number one takeaway there is we all make manifestations and then we wonder why they're not coming to us. And once you start realizing you have to raise your vibrations,
like unblock,
to meet your manifestations, your life will change. Pour energy into yourself so that you can meet your manifestations, meet your goals, meet what you want, and be able to pour energy into others. But it starts with you. There's no you, there's no nothing. So start raising those vibrations. I am going to give it to you for the takeaway of the week, and then I'll feed off that.
I think the takeaway for the week is to start actually, I would say pick 3 things that that you've been wanting for a while, or you've been wanting to do, whether it be, drinking 3 bottles of water a day, or making sure you're taking your vitamins in the morning, or the gym, or whatever it is. Like, find 3 specific things that you have a goal on, right? Or you want to manifest, and actually figure out a way and a path to actually do that. And I'm not saying you can't just sit in bed and be like, oh, I want this to happen, and then wake up and do nothing in your day. Like, if you want this to happen, make some change, and then in a week later, revise. Revise, reflect, and see what actually came from it. Yeah. You'd be surprised by how much, when you manifest, and how much you actually trust yourself, and trust when you actually believe in something and you can trust your own belief system. Yeah. The world and yourself is unstoppable.
Yeah, make this world a good place.
Everybody here is untouchable. Nobody can, you know what I mean?
You're only touchable if you let it in, because we're all just in our little bubbles of life, in our own little souls, and nothing can get to me until I let it get to me. But
you have to love yourself more than other people love you.
My takeaway for the week is I'll take it a step further. So yours is writing down the things you want. I'm going to say find out 3 things that you can do that automatically raises your vibes. Think about it. Test it out. Is it lighting a candle? Is it taking a bath? Is it driving a car? Is it meditating? Is it working out? It could be something so weird.
Those things.
Pick 3 things and write them down. Put them on your wall, whatever it is, in your journal. And when you are low vibes, angry, upset, anxious, whatever, just do one of the things. Just do it. Even if it's it's the last thing you want to do, just do it. And I promise by the end of it.
Even if you're angry, lighting your candle.
Yeah, be like, fucking lighting this candle.
It's not fucking working.
But do what you know raises your vibes. And it'll work. It's literally it will. Yeah. And this is something we should take to heart.
All it takes is you to just smell that candle, and then you're like, I love the smell of that fucking candle.
Yeah, the candle.
Fucking coconut scent.
Anyways, guys, on some real stuff, please leave us reviews. Follow us on all our socials. That's what I'm going to start saying.
Want some real shit.
Want some real shit. Leave us reviews. Follow us on all socials. We'll see you again on this podcast next Monday.
Yes, we will.
We're so excited to be here and so excited to hear all of the stuff you guys have been saying to us. We're happy and we want to hear more. And indulge in yourself this week.
Indulge in yourself this week. Indulge in your vibration.
In your vibrations.
Manifestation.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.